So hey guys, welcome to CR&D Design. Chetan here.
And in this tutorial we are going to make a sci-fi hard surface model. So now let's get started. Open your blend file and cube is already there. So just go to the edit mode, select that cube and go to the edit mode, and now you need to scale it along the x-axis. You can use the scale tool or you can press S and then X for the scale. Then you need to add the loop cuts on your cube. So add a loop cuts because we want to first block out the basic form for the model. So that's why you need to add the loop cuts. So add a necessary loop cuts like a 3 loop cuts. Control R for that and then add a loop cuts like this. Then use the X-ray mode and select these words and move them along the Z axis with the move tool. You can't use, if you don't want to use the move tool, then press G and then Z and then move them. Then you need to select these edges and we will use the bevel on that. Before that, just add a necessary loop cuts for your form. Okay, after that, after adding the loop cuts, you can use the bevel, because if we use the bevel first upon, we will lose the sum of the geo on the model and we can't add the loop cuts after that. So just select those edges and add a bevel on that edges, and after that you just need to adjust the segment at there and give the proper segment according to the width of the bevel and make sure it should be look good. And then select these edge loops, and then you need to use the bevel tool and use the bevel operation and give the 2 segments are fine. Maybe it will be more for your model. So according to the width you need to give the bevel segments, and then select everything, mesh and then symmetrize. Simply you need to take the symmetry from the another axis, and then you need to take the symmetry one more time from the different axis. First I took the symmetry from the x-axis, and now I will take it from the y-axis, along the y-axis. After taking the symmetry you will get this kind of shape, and that's the first step you need to do. After that we will start to work on this form. So we will create a basic design for this model, and make sure before that just create a good topology on your model, so you can create a good design after creating the good topology, and it will be easier way. So just you need to create now the design on this model. So make sure you add loop cuts in a proper way, and you need to create a good topology. Then you will be able to add good details on your model because it's the sub-D modeling method. So select these faces and press I for the insert operation, and then move it along the y-axis and just scale it little bit, and make sure individual origin should be on so you can scale them along their individual origin. Okay, and choose it normal transform orientation and just move it little bit along the z-axis, and now you will create this kind of shape. So that's a simple step. Okay, and then you need to add the loop cuts like this, and here we will learn how to divert the topology, divert the edge flow and create that topological structure. So that's why you need to add the loop cuts like this, because that's the important thing. We don't want the edge loop goes all around the mesh and we can't create the more details on it. So that's why we need to give the divert, we need to divert those edge loops, and we need to create a good edge loop structure. So that's the important thing. So here I just tried which kind of design I can create here. So just leave it as it is. First we will create a simple design, then we will go and create the complex design. Okay, so just you need to select these faces. I have added the loop cuts, and then use the loop tool to create a simple cylindrical design at the, not a complex step. So don't use the booleans first upon, just create a basic topological interface for your models like a topology, and then you can use the extrude or other things for the circular booleans. Then after taking the symmetry, select everything, mesh and then symmetrize. Now you need to select this word, right click and then connect vertex path. Okay, and here you need to create a right topology, chord based topology. So that's why you need to select 2 words, right click and then connect vertex path and create a topology, good topology, and take a symmetry. Simple thing you need to do here. After that you need to add a sub-D modifier, subdivision surface modifier on this model, so you can understand where I need to add the loop cuts. Now just select these words, right click and connect vertex path, and make sure we are here diverting the edge loops, and we are creating the different edge loop structure like a topological structure. Then you need to dissolve this edge loop. edges. Okay, and now you can see we will get one loop around that particular design. Okay, then you can dissolve these edges. So here little bit of problem. If I dissolve this edge, I will face little bit difficulty because the structure, you can see the structure which is interconnect to the circular boolean. So that's why you need to add the loop cuts and select and create this kind of structure. Okay, so just here you need to add the loop cut and then select these words, right click and then connect vertex path. And now I change that flow of the edge loop and I have given the different direction to those edge loop. You can see simple thing I have did here. And after that we don't need to add the more edge loops to tight those edges and to give that hard surface feel. Just turn on the subdivision modifier and you can see the result. We are getting the good result at there after diversifying that edge loop structure. And then select everything, mesh, symmetrize, same thing. You need to do many times because we want to create a symmetrical design to the another side. Then select these faces, press high for the insert operation just to add few more loops at there. Then you need to select these faces. So you can use a shift, select these faces. Simple steps. Nothing anything complex is there. Just you need to understand the topology and the designs. That makes a difference. Okay, after using the insert operation, now you can create a little bit of structure, boolean structure here. Simple, not a complex. We use this kind of method many times in our tutorials. Okay, just I'm fast forwarding this, so that's why. Just to create a little bit of boolean kind of structure like a cylindrical design. And then you need to add a few more loops there, so you can use the insert operation for that. Okay, and that's look good. Then you can take the symmetry, select everything, mesh and then symmetrize. You can do that. And just select this face loop and just E to extrude it little bit and give the very small offset. You can use the move tool also. And now you can see that's look good, decent. Then we will select these faces, just select these faces. And we will use the loop tool. So press I for the insert operation and then use the loop tool and scale it down a little bit. And just to create a little bit of simple design. And just extrude it out a little bit. It will look good. Don't you need to add too many hard edges, too many loops add there to get that hard edge. Small, soft also looks good. And you need to maintain the combination of hard and soft in sometimes in your model. So you will get a little bit of decent look for your model. Then select everything, mesh and then symmetrize, so you will get the same design to the other side also. And now you can see we are getting the right form, right design for our model. So that's why I just need to add the more loop cuts on your model so we can create more design on it. So here I just want to use the knife tool. So create a cut like this. You can use the knife tool and create any kind of cuts, any kind of design, but make sure you need to work on it topology after that, because we are using the subdivision modeling method. So that's why you need to work on the topology. Okay, so just create cut like this. Simple, nothing complex. And give the right position for the words. And you can add loop cuts like this. And you can create a right click and then connect vertex path. Select the words, right click and then connect vertex path. And then you can dissolve these edges. This one way, so you will get the right position for your cuts. So select everything, mesh and then symmetrize. Simple thing. Okay, so here I want to create this kind of design, like take an insert and extrude it a little bit. And after adding the subdivision modifier, I will get a little bit of weird result. I won't be able to add more loop cuts on it because there is a cylindrical boolean, and so that's why I can. So here I need to diversify the topology, diversify the edge flow. So you can see this edge flow, same kind of edge flow I want to create here also. And I want a chord based topology. Few triangles are fine. So that's why you need to work on its topology and select everything, mesh and then symmetrize. Okay, so you will get the same kind of design at there, but there are few triangles and we need to work on. We got the right edge flow somewhere. You can see this edge flow is right, but there are few triangles. And so you can select these words, right click and then connect vertex path. Same thing is there. There are few triangles. There are few n-gons. So we need to work on it. So just dissolve these edges, and this is a trial and error based methods. And I have also it's not easy for me also. I try many times to create a right topology and right edge flow, so I will get good result. So that's why you need to try many times. And sometimes you will get the chord based topology, proper chord based topology. That's well and good. If you're not getting the chord based topology every time, then it's fine. If it will be on the flat surface, it is fine. Few triangles are also fine, but it will be on the curved surface, you will get a little bit of weird result. So make sure if you are getting the wrong topology, means like n-gons, trigons, so it will be on the flat surface, it's okay, don't need to worry about it. Okay, so just here you need to create a right chord based topology. So I have selected this edge loop and I will use the bevel on it. So I will get more edges at there, and I can create a good topology with the chord based topology. Okay, so just you need to do and then dissolve this because we don't need these edges. So just select these edges and dissolve them. And now you need to check the edge flow. So maybe I have got the right topology at there. The face structure is right. You can see the face loop. And same kind of thing you need to do. You can see the face loop. If your face loops are right, then your topology is right. If you are getting the right face loop, means your edge flow is also right, and you have the chords on your model. Okay, so you can see the face loops are going right at there, and we have got the right topology. So just now you can use the insert operation and then extrude it and create a little bit of design at there. So press I for the insert operation, and now that's look good. And if I add the loop cuts like this, I will get a little bit of weird result with that cylindrical boolean, and that's fine. We will get the result, the weird result, but we can work on them and we can divert that edge flow and we will be able to get good result also. Okay, so just make sure individual origin should be on and just rotate it a little bit along the local axis and just add a little bit of rotation and create a little bit of design. Just move it a little bit up and press I for the insert operation. And now that's look good, not bad. Select everything, mesh and then symmetrize. If I add the loop cuts like this, I will get this kind of result, and then add loop cuts like this. Don't worry about the weird result on the cylindrical boolean. We will work on them later on. Okay, now you can see we got a good decent look for that particular part. Okay, and now you can see select everything, mesh and then symmetrize. Simple step. So taking the symmetry every time is good because then you can understand the design and where you need to work more, how is it look with the designs. So that's why I always like to take the symmetry after completing one step, so I can improve my creativity and I can see that model with its symmetry and I can add different design on it, so it will be more easier for me. Now you can see we got the face loop here, and if we take the extrude operation like this, then it will go all around the mesh and we don't want it. So here we need to create a different topology and we need to change the edge flow a little bit. So select these faces, press I for the insert operation and use the loop tool just for the simple boolean. Okay, press I one more time for the insert operation and then just extrude it out and scale it down a little bit, and that's look good. You can see if you turn on the subd modifier, don't need to add more loops at there, you will get a decent look. Then select these face loops and then you need to press I for the insert operation and then one more time the insert operation, and then select outer option should be on, then just extrude it inside little bit and you will get this kind of result. It's very easy, not a difficult thing, and you can do it easily. So just simple, use the insert operation, use the extrude operation and create a little bit of design on your model. So just you need to move these words a little bit along the y-axis, select this face loop and then just extrude it a little bit. And now that's look good, decent. Select everything, mesh and then symmetrize. Now you can see our model looks decent. And if I remove that edge loop, then I will get the decent look. I don't want too hard edge at there, and this looks good. So you can select everything, mesh and then symmetrize. And now you need to orbit around your mesh, and you can see where you need to add more design. So we will get the decent look for the model. So you can see this edge loop is not proper. The edges are too close to each other and we need to work on them. So you can see the face loop structure, and here I need to divert the edge loops like that loop structure. So you can use the same method. So select the words, right click and then connect vertex path and then create a cross connection like that. You can say the cross connection also. And then you can dissolve the few edges, edge loops, and then you can create that loop structure. So simply you will get the different face loop structure. So we have got that there, and make sure you won't create such kind of structure on the curved surface. It is totally on the flat surface, so we can easily use the different operation on it. So then press I for the insert operation and then just extrude it inside a little bit, and simply we got the little bit of decent look at there. Just use that operation proper way. So the few loops are too close to each other, and that's why we are getting the little bit of weird result. And I like to go with the perfection, so that's why I have added one loop at there. So I can select this loop and then edge slide it, and now that loop will support the geometry and I will get the curve form to the side. Okay, now just use the insert operation here and then extrude it inside little bit. And if there will be any loop cuts, edge loops close to each other, then I can use the edge slide. So you can see that this edge loop is a little bit of close to each others, and so I can select this edge loop and then use the edge slide and double tap G for the edge slide. So just select that edge loop and double tap G for the edge slide, and that's look good, not a bad. Use the simple methods to create an amazing design. So if I select this face loops, so you can press Alt and select them, Alt Shift select them, and then press I for the insert operation. And if you use the insert operation, we will get little bit of weird result. If your topology means that depth of that extrude operation will be right, then you won't get those weird result. And if there will be more subdivisions, then you won't get those weird result. So these edge loops are a little bit too close to each other, so I can use the edge slide and I can avoid that weirdness on the model, so I can create a good shape at there. So that's why you need to select this edge loop and then control and select to deselect some part of that edge loop. So just use the edge slide and you can see now that I have solved that issue of the two words like loop cuts are too close to each other. So you can solve this just with the edge slide. Okay, now we have got the decent look on our model, and that's look decent. And just if you want to create a more design on it, you can create. So here we need to change the loop structure. So that's why you need to select these words, right click and then connect vertex path and just change the loop structure at there. So we can avoid that little bit of difficulties we were facing with that cylindrical boolean. So that's why I like to say use such kind of cylindrical boolean at the end of your modeling process. Okay, so here you need to use the proper loop structure so you can dissolve these edges like this. Simple, you don't need to do any kind of complex things. So just add loop cuts like this and change that edge flow, and then select these words, right click and then connect vertex 1. So you can see the face loop structure. So select everything, mesh and then symmetrize. And now that's look decent. So this is the Subd hard surface modeling. You need to work on its topology more. So that's the thing. And now we got the decent look for the model and we have solved that boolean problem. So just I want to create a little bit of design on it, and with the Subd modeling it's easy to create a little bit of design, like you can select the few faces and move them here and there, and then you will get that kind of design. So these things also happen. So just use the insert operation, extrude it little bit, and then you move it along the z-axis. So just scale it down little bit and then move it along the z-axis and it's look good. Then you can select this edge and then move it along the z-axis and you can create a little bit of design on it. Simple. Then press I for the insert operation. So just scale it little bit, and if you want to add the insert operation then you can use it, and just add a loop cuts, next the loop cuts. Make sure it should be look good, so you can see the different design also looks good. So by moving these edges also you can create an amazing design. So just increase its height so you can move it along the z-axis and we got this decent looking design. Just adjust its height along the z-axis so you will get a decent look for your model. So just add a loop cuts here and select these faces and then press I for the insert operation and then extrude them inside. Extrude along the normal. So just I am repeating this step one more time to get the right result. So just scale it down a little bit after extruding, and you can take them out or you can take them inside. So it's totally depend on you which kind of design you like. And then press I for the insert operation and check what looks good or not. So press I for the insert operation. If it's look good then keep it as it is, otherwise you can go ahead, otherwise you need to work on it and create a different kind of design. And we got a decent look on our model, and if you want to add more design on it, more details on it, then definitely we can go and add. So just scale it, loop cut that edge loop to maintain the cat curve shape, curve form for the model, so we will get a decent look. Then select these words and just edge slide to maintain that good edge flow that you need to do for your model. And then select everything, mesh and then symmetrize. And now that's look good. So here I just need to play with these edge loops and words to maintain the good edge flow. So you can use the edge slide for this, and sometimes in the modeling process you have to do this kind of things to get that good decent look for your model. So you need to move these words here and there, these edges, because it's a Subd modeling. And just adjust the good edge flow on your model so you will get a decent look. Okay, just move these edge loops here little bit here. So I just want to create a little bit of design, so you can scale them along the x-axis and make them straight. And then select these faces and then press I for the insert operation and create a simple and little bit of design right there. So just extrude them along the z-axis I guess, and move them along the z-axis. So create a little bit of design here. Just I have used the extrude operation and create a simple decent look for your model. So you can add edges and you can create a tight hard surface feel, or you can give them freedom, like they can move as they want and they will give you the different amazing result. Try different things, try many times to achieve the good result. So you can see I have tried many things on this particular model. Like I have moved these edges, I have used the edge slide, I have added the loop cuts to get the different result, and then you need to choose what will look good or what not. Okay, so after creating this, just give its right position. So select these words and then move them along the x-axis to get that particular design at the center of that structure. Okay, after getting this, select everything, mesh, and then symmetrize. So you will get a decent look on your model. So select everything, mesh, and then symmetrize from the different axes. And now you can see we got a decent hard surface. So just I want to create a little bit of design over here. So just select these edges and move them along the z-axis. Use the edge slide, or you can move them along the z-axis also with the move tool. Then select this structure faces and press I for the insert operation one more time, and just try to create a little bit of design over there. So if I added the loop cuts, you can try a different design on your model. So if I use the loop tool, I will get a circle. So just select these faces, press I for the insert operation, then use the loop tool to make a circular part, and then just press I for the insert operation and create a little bit of design, not the same complicated thing. And so you will get this kind of look. Just select this face loop and press I for the insert operation, select this face loop and press I for the insert operation. So you can see the model and its topology and its smoothness and its hard surface feel, the sci-fi look completely. So we have created this kind of hard surface model with the right topology, with the right method, with the unique design, and with the simple techniques, not complicated. So make it easy. And just here I want to create a little bit of design so we can create a difference in between these two parts. So we will create a little bit of design so it will look good. So just use the insert operation and extrude operation and bevel operation to create this kind of design. And then you need to select everything and then mesh symmetrize. So you can see we create that border which will give the decent look, and we can give the different texture to it, like a metal, something like that, ring kind of structure texture. So we got a decent look on the model. If you see the topology, then you can see the edge flow, the chord based topology. So just shift D to duplicate it, and if you apply that sub D modifier, then you can see the edge looks, the edge structure, that wireframe. So if you apply the sub D with the one viewport level and just add that sub D, so you can see the loop structure, how this loops goes all the way onto your model, and so you can understand why we need to add the more loop cuts, more edges on the model. So thanks for watching. If you like this tutorial, then hit that like button and subscribe my YouTube channel. Bye bye. See you in the next video. Take care.